Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching our station at the entrance to Main Street, USA, gateway to the 7 theme lands of the Magic Kingdom.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Hello and welcome back to the Behind the Dreams podcast. I had to think about which show this was. My name is Jordan Wiegand, and with me today, back from his cruise, is Jack C. Prasad. How are you today, Jack?
Doing pretty well, It's an early morning for me, but that's fine because I have to start getting used to early mornings for college because that starts in like 2 weeks. So
Yep.
it's all good. It's all good. And, doing good since I got to come back from Disney vacation. Always fun to have one of those. Went on a Disney cruise and to 2 of the parks. So very cool stuff.
That's awesome. Yeah, so we're going to talk with Jack here about his trip on the cruise, and we will just kind of get how you also went to the park. So we'll talk about the parks. We'll talk about your ride on whatever it's called now, the Guardians
Cosmic
of the
Rewind.
Galaxy. Yeah,
Yep.
Sorry, it is early, even for me here. Cosmic Rewind. So that's what we're going to be going over today. So not a lot of news to probably get into that I was looking at here. We'll probably, Disney Skyliner is closed for refurbishment early in 2023, like it usually does. But that's most of the stuff here. But I guess I will kind of cede the floor to Jack here. If you want to, I'm not sure how you want to structure that, but maybe start with how it was getting on the cruise or any pre-stories before the cruise, anything like that.
Yeah, well, to get onto the cruise, some people might have heard that the CDC removed the requirement to test before getting onto the cruise. Disney Cruise Lines did not do that. I think they start getting rid of that requirement September 1st, I want to say. But at least for us, we all had to test, all tested negative before getting onto the ship. You have to do it 2 days beforehand. So we did that, got to Miami a day early because don't want to miss getting onto the cruise ship or have that stress there.
Oh, is that where it boarded, Miami?
Yep. Not Port Canaveral, not
okay.
What is it? Terminal 8, I think, is the Disney one at Port Canaveral.
That's where I boarded at, so that's why I thought it would be.
Yeah, this one left from Miami, so stayed in Miami for one night in advance just to be able to get onto the cruise earlier, and got on there at around noon. And it was great on there once we got on there. It was on the Disney Dream 5 days. Yeah, 5 days. So we had to start off with we got on the 15th. On my birthday, the 16th, went to Castaway Cay, Disney's private island. Then had a day at sea, went to Cozumel, and had another day at sea, and then disembarked. So, it's about like in the middle of the road for the Disney cruises that I've been on. I've been on as few as 3 days and been on as long as 7 days. So it was about in the middle of that, and just had a standard stateroom, with an ocean view, no balcony this time though. Still very cool. And let's see, I'm trying to think of what else I should talk about. I guess on the boat, mainly.
Give us all your experiences, what you saw,
Yeah.
movies you watched, all the good stuff.
Yeah, well, I will say I'm kind of going in backwards order, you could say, but I did see Lightyear on the last day, on that last day at sea. Finally saw it. Don't understand why it gets as much hate as it does. I thought it was pretty good. Is it the best Pixar movie ever? No. That in my heart always goes to Inside Out, but still, it was very good, and I liked it a lot because any movie that has Taika Waititi in it automatically gets at least a +1 star. So,
Well, I was gonna say, welcome just to the internet, where most of the time you see something, hate it, and then you watch it, and you're like, all right, I don't get why that was so hated, but
yeah.
whatever.
Also, like all of the political backlash by certain groups, that's ridiculous. Even more ridiculous after having seen it. I already thought it was ridiculous before seeing it, but after seeing it, it's even more ridiculous. But
Yeah, I still have yet to watch it for people that are listening. So we're not going to talk any spoilers of Lightyear in case if you haven't watched it. But it's on Disney Plus now.
it is, yeah. You should watch it this weekend. That's what you should do.
We'll see.
Well,
So busy this weekend.
it's a great movie. Had a lot of fun seeing it in that onboard theater. Has a capacity of 400. That theater, by the way, so pretty impressive. Bigger than any
Bigger than
movie
my
theater.
theater.
Yeah, bigger than any movie theater like within a 10-mile radius of me, and it's on a cruise ship. That's what makes it so miraculous, I think. Of course, went to see some of the shows on there. We saw the Golden Mickeys, which is a staple of Disney Cruise Lines. Great music in that one. And then we saw Beauty and the Beast, which was playing on there. Really great production that they had. Honestly, like it mixed the elements that made the original, like the animated version, so good, and mixed in good elements of the live action stuff at the same point. Like the designs for the characters, especially Cogsworth and Lumiere, all looked very much like the live action ones. But it was a great show. Probably one of my favorite shows I think I've seen on a Disney cruise. And
Anything like the
yeah.
Parks one, or is it like probably better produced, but
Better produced, yeah, definitely better produced than the one at Hollywood Studios. But it was really very good. Like the transitions were good, the music was good, the way they did the set design was really impressive. I really liked all of it. It was a very good show. Also caught a few movies, on the Funnel Vision, the giant TV on the deck 11. Caught. I had a lot of late night pizza. We'll say that much. A lot of it. So I watched some of the late night movies. Jungle Cruise, a little bit of that, a little bit of Mary Poppins Returns. Both Emily Blunt Disney movies. So, I guess there's a trend there. But they I like both of the movies. I like Jungle Cruise more, I think, but. And I didn't watch the entirety of them because that would have taken until like 1 a.m., but still.
Yeah, so remind me, because it's been a while since I've been to a cruise. I think last time I was like 13 or something. So with the theater, I saw Brother Bear there. So for people that don't know, that's when it came out. I saw it early or whatever. But so I don't have the memory a lot, but you're saying that you saw a lot of these movies there in the theater, right? Did they have just like random movies showing during the day in the theater? Like 10 a.m. you're like, okay, Love and Thunder's playing, or like how did that work? Or was it mostly restricted to evenings, or was it like an all day options?
There was stuff all day. So there's 3 different places where you can watch shows / movies. There's the Walt Disney Theater, which is live action stuff. So Beauty and the Beast and the Golden Mickeys, those are live action stuff. There's the Buena Vista
like live
Theater.
Theater.
Right, live theater, Broadway type stuff.
Yeah.
And then you have the Buena Vista Theater, which is where I saw Lightyear. That's all inside like your typical movie theater, like that. And then up on the top of the ship on the open deck 11, you have the Funnel Vision, which you can sit in the pool, you can sit on the pool deck and watch movies as they're playing on this I don't even know the dimensions of it, but it's a massive screen.
It's cool.
Probably bigger than like most movie theater screens, I would say. It's a huge screen. But yeah, so you can watch movies anytime on there. I remember was waiting to go down the aqueduct because on one of the nights it was too windy for single riders to go, so my brother, sister, and I swapped out who was going. So while I was waiting for them to go through, I was watching Coco on the screen because you can see it from there. So there's just movies playing all day long on that. And it's pretty cool to be able to do that. You know, you can relax however you want up there.
So I guess like the pool side one was older films, right? And then the theater had like some of the newer films, not just Lightyear, right? They had
They had Doctor Strange.
Right.
They had Love and Thunder. So and then they were also showing the Disney Plus series, like, or maybe not series, but movie Rise about like basketball. I didn't see that because it didn't particularly interest me. But
Giannis.
Yep. From the Bucks. Yeah, the guy with the really long last name from the Bucks. Yep.
Yeah, and I used to be able to say it, and now I'm like blanking on it. It's
the Greek guy. Yeah.
Antetokounmpo, right? I just butchered it, but yeah.
Everyone knows who you mean when you say that, though. So, but yeah, so that was available to watch on there. Didn't end up watching it though. So, but all in all, like great entertainment like that on there. And then there was a ton of other stuff, of course, as well. Like it's, the dining was fantastic because Disney has, for those of you who haven't been on one, rotational dining, so you can go around. So there's 3 main restaurants, and you switch every night, and your wait staff comes with you. So you build like a connection more to your wait staff, which is kind of cool. They kind of get to know your likes and dislikes with things. They'll remember your drink orders, and
awesome.
it is very nice. And you can. The great thing about that is all that food is included in your fare to get on there. So, you can get, if you wanted to, you can get 4 desserts in a night. You can. If you could get 3 entrees. You could get 3 appetizers. It doesn't matter. You can pick as many or as few as you want from each of those. One night there was like 2 desserts that sounded really good, and I was like, you know what? I'll have both, and they were both great. And so
that's awesome.
That's awesome. I mean, I also got to try.
Before you move on, Giannis called in. He wants to tell us how to say his name.
Way you gotta say with a D, so it's Antetokounmpo. But in the Greek way, you say with the NT, like Antetokounmpo. So I'll change myself.
Okay.
There you go.
There we go.
Thank you, Giannis.
That's the way.
For
yes.
clarifying that.
Wow, great that he called in at this early to tell us that.
Yeah, he's on your time, Milwaukee,
yeah.
Right? He's around that Central time.
Yeah, great of him to come in. Thank you for that. But we've got all of the dining was super good on there. All of the rotational dining and I got to try some jerk chicken on Pirates Night, which was great. Which reminds me, Pirates Night, when talking about live entertainment, you can't talk about a Caribbean Disney cruise without Pirates Night. So like on Caribbean cruises, 1 night a week, or 1 night per cruise, they'll put on a giant show. We got to see Jack Sparrow right next to us from where we were standing. He came right down onto the stage. Very real, very good mannerisms. It looked like Jack Sparrow was right there because he was. And then they do the fireworks show, so you get to see fireworks at sea. The funny part about that is when like the fireworks go off, it illuminates all the other boats around that have like stopped to watch Disney's fireworks because they can't do them themselves. So like you can see all the other cruise lines kind of like, the free rider effect right there. They're trying to get the free fireworks.
That's funny.
So
because I didn't even think about fireworks on a boat. But yeah, I feel like Disney would be the only one to do those because they fireworks are our thing. Like that's like one of the so Disney has these 4 keys, right? Which are like show, efficiency, courtesy, and I'm blanking on the last one. They said I would never forget it after working there, but I did. All right, so you have the 4 keys: show, courtesy, efficiency, and safety. Oh, safety, the first one.
There it
But
is.
yeah, so you have those 4 keys. I feel like their 5th key is fireworks. Everything is always fireworks with Disney.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty. I mean, obviously, it's a tamer fireworks show than you would see at like Magic Kingdom, right? But it's still very cool to be able to see the fireworks going off at sea. Yeah, it was really entertaining. I got a little bit into it. I wore a bandana. I wore like a pirate looking shirt, not quite like Jerry Seinfeld type pirate shirt, but a pirate shirt, and then a fake earring. So I got into it for Pirates Night, and then they have a buffet after that for things. So there were crepes. There was a baked potato bar. Not sure what baked potatoes have to do with pirates, but it was there, and a bunch of desserts. So I had a lot of sugar that night. But yeah, the Pirates Night is always cool, and the dining options, besides the rotational dining, of course, you've got stuff like Cabanas, which is a buffet. Went there for breakfast pretty much every day. It's great.
What type of food they have for a buffet for breakfast?
Well, if you think about any Disney buffet for breakfast, you've probably got
the
it.
Mickey waffles? Do you got?
They do have the Mickey waffles. They have the Mickey waffles.
It's a good place.
They have those. You know how Disney's eggs are like really smooth and creamy?
Yeah.
They have that. They have those.
Nice.
So
bacon.
And then bacon, of course, sausage, pretty much everything you'd expect from a Disney breakfast buffet. It's all there, and it was all very good. So I didn't mind any like eating there at all. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a buffet for lunch and dinner as well. Didn't use the one for dinner because you're too busy in the actual dining rooms going around to those. For lunch, had it a few times, but mostly ate at other places. And of course, you've got to have a place to get your other fast food type Disney staples. So they do not have the chicken nuggets, unfortunately. I hate to break it to you, but they do have the chicken strips.
Okay, that's fine. As long as they have something like that. I was going to say no nuggets, no Jordan, no cruise.
You can also just get a plate of fries if you wanted to. So
now that sounds like my type of meal.
Yeah, so there's that. You can get pizza. There are several times where I just asked for like 2 slices of pizza, and they're like, "How about 4?" And
I lived on the pizza. My first cruise there, when I got seasick, I had to do the room service, and it was just like I would get the pizza.
Yep.
So if it tastes the same, I can taste it right now. Actually,
yeah.
I just remember how it tastes.
It's good. It's good pizza. It tastes like Disney pizza. If you went to like, if you go to like a buffet that serves pizza, you know exactly what pizza you're getting there. And also they have unlimited soft serve ice cream for free. I think one of my siblings had 8 or 9 cones over the course of the trip. So,
oh wow.
I had 3, I think. I'm not as big into ice cream as I am into pizza, So I had to choose my battles there, choose them.
Yeah.
And then, of course, this was my first cruise where I was over 21, so I got to go into all of like the adult areas, which is called the District on the Disney Dream, and spent a lot of time in this place called Pub 687 because they had trivia like every night and every morning. I played 7 games of trivia and won alongside my brother, sister, and I played Toy Story trivia. We won that. Got 24 out of 25. The only question we missed is what toy company produces Mr. Potato Head, which is Play School.
Oh,
it's Play School.
Yeah.
We thought it was Mattel. So
that's what I would have thought. I would have said Mattel as well.
So we did not get that one, but
Is
still
Mattel
won.
part of Play School or what? Like, is this a
They didn't
trick
count.
question?
They didn't count Mattel. I'll tell you that much. It was Play School or nothing. But won a little keychain from that, a little Disney Cruise Line keychain.
Oh man, you could have fought that. I think. I don't know.
But
Maybe.
see, here's the thing: you don't have internet on the boat, so
That's true. That's true.
you can't be like, here, look it up. Like,
Oh no, it's owned by Hasbro. Okay, so you would have had
Ah.
to. Yeah.
yeah, and so there was that, and then there was Disney Parks trivia. I sent you the questions that they gave us for that, which some of them are like near impossible.
Very hard.
Yeah, I'm also upset because I was one off from winning, and I got the day of I'm forgetting the park in Shanghai Disneyland's opening
Yeah,
date
yeah.
by 1 day. I said June 17th,
Is
2016.
it 16th?
It was June 16th because I thought 17th because Disneyland opened June 17th in 55.
See, I remember it opening in like 2016, but I could have not have told you even the month for
I knew-
Shanghai Disneyland. I could not have told you the month.
I knew the month and year, and I was like, oh, it's in the middle somewhere. It's somewhere in the middle. And so close. But if I'd gotten that, I would have won a second game of trivia. But unfortunately, did not. But some of the other questions on there. I mean, how many countries' waters were put in the Fountains of Nations at World Showcase when it first opened?
So how do they even do this? What, they flew water over from the countries and dumped it in there? Is that what they're trying to say?
Yep, that's exactly what it is. And it's 22, by the way. I don't think I ever sent you the answers, but it was 22 for that one. Like, who's going to guess 22 countries?
The
I
people that
guess
get it
9.
right.
I guess 9 because, there were 9 countries in World Showcase, right?
Yeah,
So-
I feel like for some reason they would have had more. So yeah, that's the obvious what they want you to do, right? So
Yeah.
that's why I feel like the question isn't like. I probably would have guessed more than 9 because I'd be like, how many World Showcase are there? Okay, 9. Okay, well that's too easy of an answer. So there's got to be more than that. But never would I arrive to 22.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I probably
no
would
one
have
would.
said 33 or something. I would have like, I don't know. Maybe
The
I'm
most
thinking Club
popular guess
33
was
or something.
50 or 100. So, which makes
See,
sense.
that's too much effort. Getting 100 countries bottles of waters and like
yeah.
dumping them in the fountain.
Another fun fact I learned: what band was originally approached to appear in Rock and Roller Coaster? It was
Oh yeah,
U2.
I know the answer to this now. Yeah.
It was U2. Why? Like, I cannot imagine the Rock and Roller Coaster existing with U2 being the band instead of Aerosmith. I don't think it would work. I just don't see how it could.
Lots of what was I gonna say there? Bullets dodged there with the Look, I know
Yes,
Aerosmith
yes.
can be controversial, but their music is much better than U2, and I will stand by that forever.
Also, I would say more rock and roll than U2.
Yeah. They wouldn't be able to call it Rock and Roller Coaster if it
No.
was U2. I don't know what they would have called it, but
Yeah, I that's just
Bono's Bizarre Ride or something.
Bono's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah.
God.
And if you are a fan of U2 and you're listening to this like, no, U2 is much better than Aerosmith, then, I guess give us feedback, but you're wrong. So
For Rock and Roller Coaster. For Rock
for
and
Rock and
Roller
Roller
Coaster,
Coaster, yeah.
U2 is not a better choice than Aerosmith. That's you can argue about the merits of an artist over them. I mean, everyone knows at least one U2 song because they put all of their music on everyone's Apple devices in 2008. So like, but
That's funny.
come
You were
on.
like 7 then, weren't you?
I was 8, but yes, I was still old enough to remember, like,
You're still
thinking, who's this
hurt by
U2
that.
thing? Yeah, who is U2? I did not pay for this, but
That's
it was
funny.
there nonetheless. But close to winning that one. The general knowledge trivia, some of it, there was
Like
no
general
hope for me.
Disney knowledge or just like
No, just
general
general
world
knowledge.
knowledge? Oh,
Like,
I don't like
what-
those.
What kind of berry has the most antioxidants? I took a guess on this and got it. I'm shocked.
Blackberry.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a
Oh, is it
blackberry.
really?
Yeah. I just took a guess and was like, I don't know, a blackberry seems like it would.
I almost said strawberry, and I was like, no, it's too easy. Blueberry's too easy.
Blackberry was the correct answer somehow. Someone said acai berries, and I'm like, no,
Is that how you pronounce that? I always just call it acai.
it's acai. Yeah, it's French,
Okay.
I think.
And you
it
know
has
all the
French
French.
accents. But yeah, I mean, some of them were more like Disney themed. There was movie quotes trivia, which you would have, if you were there too. I would have won because there were three
probably.
Batman quotes, and I missed.
Oh
two
yeah, I
of
would have
them.
got all those. No
Yeah.
problem.
Like, you ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? No clue.
Yeah,
And
that's
it was
Batman '89.
Yep, that's the one. That is the one.
Yeah.
And then you either live long enough to see yourself or you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain.
Dark Knight.
I put Megamind. So
I've never
because
seen Megamind.
it was in it. It was in it, I'm pretty sure. But
Is it really?
I
They must
think
have
so.
said it from that. Yeah.
yeah, so I had no clue about that one, but I've heard it before. But either
Yeah,
way,
well, everybody uses it now. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of like one that's in the zeitgeist, I guess you would say.
yeah, I mean, so trivia, fun. I enjoyed it a lot. Got to celebrate my birthday, 22nd on the cruise. Got this drink called like the Nutty Chocolate, which was like vanilla vodka and a bunch of other stuff mixed into it. It was like a frozen thing. It was like a milkshake. It was very good, actually. I when it came out frozen, I was a little skeptical. Still very good. And then they gave me a birthday cake like a miniature birthday cake on the cruise. It was great. Really enjoyed it. I want to go on another one because Disney cruises are very fun.
Yeah, they are. If I can get over the seasickness,
That-
and I'm sure the upgrades. Like I said, the upgrades since I last went have definitely improved because. I mean, like I said, the kids area I was in was I said this last time, was literally we were just playing like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire on the computer, and they had like Lego blocks. Like it was literally all they had. So
now they have like a playground. They have like ride design software. They have like a a cruise ship sailing simulator. Like
yeah, they
They've got
have
everything.
everything now.
yeah. Also, I did find out that while you're on there, they have like 2 hours on like the days at sea, one really early in the morning, one really late at night. That's just open house, so anyone can go into the kids areas and use the stuff.
Oh,
So I did not do that, but you can experience what you can see what it looks like now, if you wanted to.
yeah, that'll be. I know my wife really wants to do a Disney cruise. She hasn't done a Disney one. She did a cruise to Alaska the year we met, actually. While I was working at Disney, she was. It was funny. It was actually the weekend I was leaving to go to Disney. She was leaving to go on this Alaska cruise. So she had. I forget how we connected. We definitely still were like texting. I think she may have been using Wi-Fi or something off of there, but somehow we were still able to text while that was going on. But yeah, that was a good cruise for her. So she wants to go back there because she really liked Alaska and she wants to do it on a Disney cruise.
Hey, the Disney Wonder, I think, is the one that does
Yes.
mostly Alaskan cruises.
Yep. So we'll have to plan that out sometime. I think that'd be fun because I'd never been to Alaska or anything. So I think that'd be better than. Look, we've talked about it millions of times on here. I'm not a beach guy. So, going to the Caribbean area is not great for me because I'm not going to just sit on the beach. Alaska, I can do some cool stuff. I can see some places that, I might actually enjoy standing on.
Yeah, I mean, I personally don't like the beach either, but I will say I love the days at sea on cruise ships. It's so much fun because you're basically in a giant floating city.
Yeah, do you
Like-
feel trapped at times though? I feel like that's something I would have problems with nowadays. Like I can't get anywhere. Like I'm stuck here.
No, because the boat's so big that like you can
Yeah.
go to
Yeah,
so
they
many
have a
different
lot.
places. Like if you want to see a movie, you can go to the theater. If you want to swim in a pool, you can go upstairs. If you want to get food, you can go to one of like 5 different places that are open for lunch.
Hmm.
If you want to, just chill out and relax, you can go to the club. If you want to dance, you can go to a different club. They
Dance
even
with the
have,
Devil in the Pale Moonlight. Is that
yeah, exactly, yeah. They also have a bar on the Disney Dream called Skylines, which has like video screens that show different cities' skylines. So like it can be like you're in like London or Paris or New York City, or at like any number of places like that. So there's a lot of things that you can do that kind of make it so you don't feel trapped on it. I think there's probably a lot more to do than when you went on it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like
2003 or whatever, 2004.
because that was only the 5th year that Disney Cruise Line was operating. So
Oh, was
an
it
addition,
really?
yeah, an additional almost 20 years. I think that helps them a lot in providing more entertainment.
Yeah, definitely. All right. I know you said you had something to share with us, or a
Yeah,
little game, or something that you
a
do
little thing in
on the other.
between. Yeah,
Yeah.
a little thing in between each of these. So on the podcast that I usually do for soccer, Final Third Show, you can check it out if you want to. Uh, we do this section called Stat Padding, which is usually trivia about soccer stats from the past week or so. But I decided, after each of these sections that I've been talking about, why not give you 3 questions going from easy to hard questions on Disney Cruise Lines, Hollywood Studios, and Epcot, just in between it, just to have a little fun with it. I made some easy ones, some medium questions, and some hard questions. So you want to see how you do with that?
Yeah. Yeah. Play
All right.
along, folks.
Yeah. So the easy question for Disney Cruise Lines: name the 5 Disney Cruise Line ships.
Okay. So it's supposed to be easy. All right.
It's easier. Yeah.
Magic, Wonder, Wish, Dream, and the. See, this is the one I'm not sure on now. I got 4 out of 5 here. What
I'll
did I
give
say?
you.
Wonder, Magic, Dream, Wish.
I'll
Yeah,
give you.
I'm missing.
I'll give you a hint. It starts with an F.
Oh, Fantasy.
Yeah, there you go. Yep. I sailed on the Fantasy actually in the inaugural year. Same with the Dream.
Oh, nice.
So
I was on the Wonder, I think.
nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Wonder. Yeah.
Yeah. So there. So there you go. That's a point. That's a point. You got 4 out of 5 anyway. That's more than half.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty good.
all right. Now this one, maybe you'll get it. What famous Disney song plays on the horn of all current Disney Cruise Line ships?
Oh, okay. Is it When You Wish Upon a Star?
That is correct. Yeah,
Okay.
you got it. You remember. You remember.
Yes. Yeah. I could hear the sound in
Yep.
my head, and I was like,
Yep.
okay, yeah.
All right. The final one, the hardest question, because I didn't even know this until halfway through the cruise.
I'm gonna nail
So,
it.
all right. I spent a lot of time in Pub 687 on the Disney Dream. Why is it called Pub 687? Where does it get its name from?
Maybe I'm not gonna nail this one.
It is the hardest question for a reason.
687.
Yep.
Does it have to do specifically with the cruise, or is it another Disney thing?
It has to do specifically with the cruise.
Okay. Okay. Is it how many workers work on the cruise?
It is not. It is actually the order number. When it was ordered and being built, that was the number it was assigned. And so it has like a bunch of pictures of the Dream being built in there. It has a replica of the commemorative coin that's in the hull of the ship, and some scale models of it in there. So you can see a bunch of cool stuff in there. Yeah, I didn't know about it until legitimately the last day I was on the cruise. and I
Did you
just
have to
ended
look
up
it up,
asking.
or was it? did
No,
they
I
tell you?
asked. Like I asked
okay.
the like, why is this called Pub 687? And they're like, oh, the order number for the ship. And I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, that I didn't expect you to get that one necessarily, but it was there. So
Yeah, I was thinking like that, or like I was gonna say like how many gallons of water of something. I don't know. I was gonna go way out there with some of these guesses.
yeah, I mean there's a lot of things it could be, but yeah, that the Disney cruise was fun, and there you go. You got to play some trivia like what I did while I was on the boat. Except I played it 7 times and only won once.
That's not bad though.
Yeah, I guess it's not terrible. Could have been better, but you know.
All right. Did you have anything else about the cruise?
No, I mean it
right.
was super fun. That's it.
I'll share some news we have here as well. That for the first time since 2019, Jack, the Headless Horseman has rode through Magic Kingdom during the Not So Scary parties. So COVID cannot take everything from us. We got the Headless Horseman back.
I see
So
also in the
that's a fun
background
story.
there, you've got maybe a place that he would hang out in the parks in your background.
Sleepy
there.
Hollow. Yeah, so I usually have Dino Land behind me, but I was like, let me represent
The other place
my
we work.
other workplace here. This place was my first love, my first workplace, and it's a place where the Headless Horseman rides right past. So I got to see him pass like all the time. Yeah, so that was good. Magic Band Plus is starting to roll out as well. We didn't get a chance to talk about that last week, but if you want to see a good video on how that works with Galaxy's Edge, you're not going to get it on this channel. Go to We Met Behind the Castle. My friend Logan has been doing daily or close to daily Disney vlogs. He is a former cast member just like myself, and I'll put his link in there. But he has a great video on how the Magic Band Plus works, because he still lives in Florida. So unlike us, he can go there when new stuff releases. He can get the stuff ahead of time. So he took some video of like the bounty hunting missions you can do on Batuu with the Magic Band Plus. So check out his video if you want to see some really great stuff there. Just reading some of the news stuff here, just to make sure we don't miss any big news. I mean, a new commercial released for the Story Living, which is that I'm not sure if we ever talked about it on here. The first community by Disney that is like building houses and a whole community that is going to have a storyline. I don't know. It seems a little abstract. I guess the one way I could say that. A little abstract there. I'm not sure how that'll work for them. But yeah. Wow, so the short episode today? Is that everything?
Well, I if you want to talk about some of the park stuff as well, I've got.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got your parks. Yeah, go ahead. Let's talk parks.
Yeah. So first day,
Cosmic Rewind, all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I went to Hollywood Studios the first day, and got to do a lot. We purchased Genie Plus that day because we were getting there at 1 p.m. after having to drive from Miami up to Orlando. That's 3.5 hour long drive. Parking, found out, it's free for DVC members, so that's kind of cool. And for resort guests, we had never parked at the parks before, only used the Disney transport.
Really?
Yeah. So
yeah, no, it's good if you're an annual pass holder or DVC, you get the free parking.
Yeah. So just found out about that. You have to walk a long way if you park at 1 p.m. from the parking lot into Hollywood Studios. I think it was about a 10-minute walk in, so that was something. But you
should see it on really busy days. Oh my goodness, it is bad.
Yeah, we went in August, which is not typically the busiest time, so that's good. But we did quite a few attractions there. We did Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Stand by for that one. which wasn't too long, only 30-minute wait. Pretty good.
Not bad.
I did Star Tours along with my dad and brother. My brother was the Rebel Spy that time, so cool for him. We of course did Muppet Vision 3D. Got to see Muppet Vision. We did not actually do anything in Galaxy's Edge because that's where like all of the people were in Hollywood Studios that day. Rise of the Resistance was 90 minutes at one point, and Smuggler's Run was like 50. So we were like, we've done those ones before. We can spend our time elsewhere, and that's what we did. We did Tower of Terror. We did Toy Story Mania twice. The second time was because there was lightning, so Slinky Dog Dash closed, and so we just used it for Toy Story Mania because we had a dining reservation to get to. And also, there was one other one that I'm thinking. What am I missing? I know we did something else. Oh, the Frozen for the first time in forever, the Saint-Laurent celebration, which was
I just read an article saying that they were supposed to do a refurb on that, and that got pushed back. So
I will say it was pretty good. It was the jokes, they updated some of the jokes to include stuff about the pandemic, which
dangerous
pretty
territory
good.
there.
It was good. I one of them was like the whole thing is it's Arendelle history. The Arendelle historians are telling you the history of this, and at one point, one of the hosts is like doesn't know what he's talking about, and the other person corrects him, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, that class was all virtual during the pandemic." So I didn't really get that one, and that was good. As someone who has gone through a lot of virtual classes,
that's something I was already out of school.
Yeah, you're
point,
lucky.
So yeah,
you're lucky that you don't have to deal with that. But yeah, so there was that, and yeah, Hollywood Studios pretty short day. We actually did quite a bit, I think, for 5.5 hours in the park. That I think that's quite a bit.
You got there
Genie
later,
Plus,
right? Like 2 o'clock, you said? 1 o'clock?
1:30-ish, I think, was when we were in our first line for Mickey and Minnie. So yeah, it was. I think we got a lot done that day for all things considered. And then we went to the new restaurant at Contemporary Steakhouse 71. I really enjoyed it.
Is that the one where the wave was, or is that
yes, where the
different?
wave was?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
My steak was good, and my brother and dad had crab cakes. They said that was good. My mom had a pork chop, which was good. My sister had filet mignon. I got a New York strip steak. I love a good New York strip steak, and had it with their house sauce. It was pretty sweet. Probably wouldn't get the house sauce again if I was eating there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was too sweet, I think. But the mashed potatoes, they were so good. So good. I had no idea how they got the mashed potatoes that creamy, but very, very good. So yeah, it was pretty good. I got a 50th anniversary cupcake for my birthday there. It was good. It was a vanilla cupcake with buttercream icing. I mean, it's a Disney cupcake. I don't know what else to say
like
about
their
it.
usual cupcakes. Yeah.
It was good. So yeah, it was a overall very fun day. But the big one that people more so care about is Epcot, because of course there's a new ride at Epcot. There's something brand new there. Something that I've been looking forward to for a long time. I know you've been looking forward to for a long time. Which is Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. So my brother and I got up at 7 a.m. to get in the virtual queue. And we were in boarding group like 33. And we thought, okay, we'll have some time. It said like an estimated wait of 4 hours before it would be called. So we're like, great, okay. We're going to be in the park.
Oh, yeah. Because what time did the park open? 9?
9, yeah. And we're like, okay, that's great. We'll sleep in because we have an 8:50 p.m. dining reservation at Teppan Edo in the Japan Pavilion. So we don't want to be in the park for all this time. So we're gonna sleep in, wake up at like 8, maybe like 9:30 and head to the park at and be on the way to the park at 10:30. Seems like a good plan, right? You know, if it's in 4 hours. I woke up to start watching Chelsea versus Leeds, which I'm glad I didn't get to finish watching, by the way. But that's a different story for a different podcast. And I look at the app, and it's like, you'll be called in approximately 25 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
And we're staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge, right?
Yeah,
so
it's out of the way. Yeah.
yeah, and there was a bus that was going by in 15 minutes, and I was like, and the next one wasn't for another 30 minutes after that, and I was like, we're not catching either of those. So I woke everyone up. We got ready, made it to the park with 10 minutes to spare before our virtual queue expired, and got into the queue, and there's a ton of the wonders of Xandar Pavilion. I'll say I was like in awe when I saw the Star Blaster in like the pavilion in front. Like I've seen pictures of it, but it looks so cool in real life. So cool.
I've been outside there while they were still building it, and it looked cool. I got some great pictures at night.
It looks awesome. And walking into the pavilion immediately, like the Galaxarium, the queue wasn't long enough to be able to spend a ton of time in that area.
Really? It wasn't?
Yeah, it was like I think we waited for 35 minutes once we were, so not too bad. And you know, but the pavilion with all the other stuff, like, you know, a model of Xandar, like the city in there, all of the different Nova Corps costumes, a bunch of like things of bunch of models of the ships, and then you see these video screens where they're interviewing the Guardians, and like Peter Quill's talking about, like, yeah, I can't wait to go back to Epcot and try Horizons and get to go on World of Motion and all this. Never mind that, like, you know, he was taken away in like the 70s, whatever. It's fine.
He's thinking in the 80s.
Wasn't it? You're right. It was the
Yeah.
80s. Yeah, of course, because he has 80s music on Walkman. But still, like, you know, it's pretty funny. It's good. You get interviews with all of the Guardians in there. Again, queue wasn't long enough to get to see the full cycle of it, but got to see some of it. Which
88.
88. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, no, he had time to see some of that. Yeah. But you know, it was good. It felt like the Guardians of the Galaxy type of humor, right? That James Gunn has created. And then, you know, you get into this pre-show thing. I'm not. How much do you want me to go into spoilers or no? For
light spoilers.
Light. There's another pre-show in there that sets up what you're going to do on the ride, and gets you to the actual loading bay. There we go. And then once you get there, you load onto the this new type of attraction. You get in, and it was a thrilling roller coaster. It really was. The turning as you're moving really adds a lot to it. Makes you feel like you're going a lot faster than you actually are. And also the song that I got, I think it was the one I wanted. It was Iran. That great song for it. I felt like it fit the theme perfectly. Apparently, the Imagineers rode like through the track over 100 times with different songs to figure out which ones fit the motion profile the best. And Iran definitely fits it very well. And the show scenes, show scenes great. Sometimes I will say sometimes the music and dialogue, there's a bit of weird volume control in between there, so sometimes the music's too loud over the dialogue. But
It's just like watching any movie nowadays.
yeah, so I mean, it has a few things that could be improved, but overall, it's amazing. It's a pretty long coaster as well. Like from the time you get on it to the time you get off, it's like a solid 3.5, 4 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty
that.
long. Like the track is over a mile long, and it shows. It's very entertaining. I think I'm not sure if it's because of like the Marvel theming, and I like Marvel more than Star Wars overall, but I think that I like this one almost more than Rise of the Resistance. They both feel very immersive. I think the Rise of the Resistance it gets let down by the fact that it breaks down so often. This one doesn't have that problem because it's a roller coaster, right? So you don't get that as often, and it's all enclosed. It's fun. It's very fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like that. That's the main thing I have to. My main takeaways from that, but went on a bunch of other attractions while we were there. Spaceship Earth, of course. No Mission Space, because Mission Space is, as you saw in our attraction ranking tier, F tier. Yep, there it is, where it belongs. Right where it belongs. So yeah, did not go on that. Went on Soarin' twice. It was only a 10-minute wait at one point, Soarin', which Soarin' is awesome. So, only a 10-minute wait for that. Great. I would love a candle of the orange grove smell, or like a hand soap of that would be great.
Well, my wife is a Scentsy consultant. They're the official resort thing now. Smell thing. Also, look at this nice Vinylmation I opened up for the 50th. I got Orange Bird.
Nice.
And for some reason, it thinks that this color is a green screen here, but it's not. So I used to work there too for Citrus, whatever it's called, Sunshine Tree Terrace, and I got Madame Leota.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, the smells on
Nice
Soarin'. Smells on Soarin'. Can't be.
Yeah, I miss soaring over Florida. I wish they would have, or California. I wish they would have kept some, not have, again, we've talked about this in numerous other episodes, but having something different at each park to make you want to go, right? So if they still had soaring over California in California, then I'd have more reason to go to California. It's just everything's soaring over the world now.
Yeah.
Which is frustrating. I think they should have done soaring over Florida in Florida. They should have done soaring over California in California, and then maybe maybe occasionally having like, oh, this week it's soaring over the world, or for this 50th anniversary it's soaring over the world, and then we go back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
just to give something different. So I'm not going to California to ride the same ride I'm riding in Florida.
Yeah. I think it can't be too difficult to like have two different ride modes for it, right?
No, you switch out the video.
Yeah, it's a motion simulator. Like you could do it pretty easily. But went on the Seas with Nemo and Friends, which, by the way, two things about that. Queue line, way too long. Whoever created it was clearly envisioning like a 40-minute wait time. It is not. It's just a long walk to take to get into the actual ride.
It's just like, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Mermaid, Voyage of the Little Mermaid over in Magic Kingdom. The shell is the same, but when you're walking through the queue, it's the same too. It's like, man, this is a long walk to the ride.
Yeah. I'll also say that ride needs an update. A lot of rides in Epcot need a few fresh coats of paint. But Into the Seas, or the Seas with Nemo and Friends, definitely needs one. Like the animatronic for what is it? The anglerfish. It's so janky. It could be smoothed up so nicely. I think they have an opportunity to make this into something, I think, even better. Like, sure, it's mostly for kids. That doesn't mean you have to use like pretty, like, I feel like it was just thrown together to cash in on Finding Nemo more than anything else when I look back at it now.
Well, yeah, it was.
Well, I mean, true, yes, but it would have been nice. And then also, of course, went on Test Track twice. The new Test Track.
Yeah, it was
the better
was
Test
one
Track.
of those. I was gonna say it was one of those in the past when you got to ride the good Test Track, or
no, it was the
time
best
travel
Test Track, the new one.
to the past and get the OG.
I will defend that the new one is still very good, but
It doesn't have the John Michael Higgins intro video.
it doesn't. No, but you get to design a car, and that's fun. It is fun, and that's my defense. But we also went on Frozen Ever After and Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. Never went on that one before. It was pretty cool. It was. I think of the new rides that I rode at Epcot, definitely preferred Cosmic Rewind to it, but it was still cool. It was cool to see how they blended like screens and practical effects as well in there. So
my issue with Remy is it doesn't feel immersive for me, and I feel this way every time I rode it. So I rode it in Paris
that's
first.
fair. With the glasses, I think it takes a little bit out of it.
It's
as well.
that, but it's also I can tell we're not moving. So like there's a moment where so I feel like Runaway Railway does it better. It's almost the same thing, but just better done, I think. But in Ratatouille, I get to this point where you're in the screen, right? And where I was sitting is where I could see, I was right at the edge. And I can see the floor is not moving. And it's like they didn't do enough for it to block out some of the vision of stuff. So I'm watching us move, but it doesn't feel like I'm moving. And then if I just looked slightly down to my right, I could see the floor right there. And I'm like, okay, like obviously it broke illusion.
Yeah, like when you're in the walls, is that the part?
Yeah.
I see what you mean with that. I felt that as well.
Like it's fun when you're going through the actual under the stove and all that kind of stuff is cool.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Like when you just get to that part where you're like, they just drive you into your little subsection of a video screen. That is where it really broke it for me.
Yeah, I agree on that. I like it because it gives you more stuff to do in World Showcase, but it also could use some improvement. Like I will say the queue is amazing. I love the queue and how it makes you feel like you're on the rooftops of Paris. Very cool. Really enjoyed that. But the ride isn't as immersive as it could be. But beyond that, of course, it was the Food and Wine Festival. So got to get a few things from there. Got poutine from Canada. Really good. You really can't go that wrong with poutine. I feel like it's amazing. And then I got chicken dumplings, pan-fried chicken dumplings from China. And I got a tropical mimosa, which it uses the pog juice, from like Ohana or Tusker House. Amazing. 10 out of 10 would have again. It was really something good. It was really something special. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a bit of a long day, at there. Oh, also went on Journey into Imagination with Figment. Also needs a new coat of paint. It needs something new.
Yes, it needs a lot more than a coat of paint.
Yeah,
where did we put that on here? Hold on.
It's probably
is that a
D or C.
C? No, it's D. It's D.
Yeah. It needs help. It needs help. But yeah, the good thing about it is it has the DVC lounge above there, which has changed slightly. Now you have to like actually register and wait for your turn to go up there, and they have assigned seating. They still have unlimited drinks though. They have a much more limited snack option, which is fine. It's more of a place to just recharge yourself and recharge your phone. So,
Yeah, when we went in February, we took some of Joy's friends up there who had never been there before and just kind of show them around. We got to sit down for a bit, charge up our phone a bit,
Yeah, it's a cool place. That's where ImageWorks used to be, right? So kind of cool to be in that former area. But I also want to say Teppan Edo, if you haven't been there for dining in the Japan Pavilion, it's so good. I mean,
what are the
it's
chances you think I've been there?
given what I know about your taste in food, I'm gonna say it's pretty low, but
0%.
yeah, okay. uh,
My parents are not big into like Asian food either. So
Yeah.
I think part of that is why I grew up like not attached to it. So I always found it funny like when people in movies would be like, "Oh, let's go get some like sushi or let's order some Chinese food." I'm like, "We'd never have that for dinner."
it's a really good hibachi restaurant. I really enjoyed it. I'm not I typically can't eat noodles, like it's a texture thing, but
Oh yeah, that's right.
I had the noodles there and they were all right. I felt fine after eating it. Like I
Now you just
actually
need
ate
some mac and cheese.
no, never. Never mac and cheese. I can't it looks too artificial. It looks too artificial. I can't do it.
What's artificial about it? It's cheese and noodles, like two of the most natural things.
If you look at like a Kraft mac and cheese, how it's made, no, I can't. The cheese packet, that is not natural.
Oh, I love the cheese packet.
No, it's not that. But it was a long day at Epcot, but it was a fun day. I think I had a lot of fun with it. And then the day after that, we didn't go to any parks, but went to Ohana for breakfast, which is great. Ohana's breakfast is, I think, one of the cheaper family style options. It's like, I want to say $24 per person, and you get unlimited breakfast food delivered to your table, and Pog juice, which is automatic win. Yeah, a pretty short trip, but it was still very fun and getting to do a bunch of things.
Yeah, did you have trivia for those too? Is that what...
I have 3 questions for Hollywood Studios and 3 for Epcot.
Oh, let's try them.
Yeah, so Hollywood Studios, easy question. How many people stepped into the elevator that rainy night on the Tower of Terror?
Ooh, 13.
13?
I don't know. It's a creepy
In
number.
the pre-show.
I've no idea. I've only watched the pre-show. I do not. I've rode the ride before, but I mean, I don't like the ride.
That's not as easy of a question.
I don't know. 5.
It is 5. Yeah,
Okay.
It's 5. Yeah. There's a family, a husband and wife, a small child, probably like a nanny or maid or something, because it's the 30s and they're rich people, and then a bellhop. So those are the 5 people in it. Medium level difficulty. What is the oldest currently operating attraction at Hollywood Studios?
Current oldest operating. Well, I don't think anything from opening is there, is it?
Nothing from opening day. From opening year, yes.
Is it Stunt Spectacular?
It is the Stunt Spectacular. Opened actually almost exactly 33 years ago on August 25th in 1989. So pretty close to its birthday. And the final one. This one is tough because I actually had to look this up.
You too.
Hollywood Studios was originally created to. I just processed. What. Okay, so Hollywood Studios was originally created to be a working movie studio, and while it no longer serves that purpose, vestiges of it are still seen today. For example, Soundstage number 1 now houses what attraction?
Soundstage 1.
Originally used to film parts of The Lottery by starring Bette Midler.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Yeah, everyone's favorite,
But if you said vestiges are still there of that, that means that it's probably still something that is about, or is it just the soundstage?
It's just the soundstage. It's just the soundstage.
Oh my goodness. Like I've seen them. I seen the walls say soundstage.
Yep.
But I'm not sure. Soundstage 1. I feel like it'd be pretty. Is it pretty close to the front?
It is not actually that close to the front. I think it's kind of near where the backlot tour used to be. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's kind of near that.
Jeez,
I'm
what
looking at. I have the
attraction-
park map in front of me.
What
just,
attraction would be near there? But the building is still there.
the building is still completely there. Yes.
Oh boy. I'm not gonna get this. I'm gonna shoot for a. What is there? It's not like the Frozen thing, right? It's further back.
Nope,
than-
that's Hyperion Theater.
right.
Frozen thing. It is further
So-
back. Yes.
Further back from that. Is it the? I was gonna say Backlot Tour is so far back though. I don't think anything's around there anymore.
It's a little bit south of where that entrance used to be. A little bit south of where it used to be.
Is it an actual attraction? Or
It is an
it
actual
like,
attraction. Yeah, it's an
Okay.
actual attraction.
I don't know, Midway
It's-
Mania.
It is Midway Mania.
Is it? Okay.
Yes, Midway Mania is where Soundstage 1, and I think 3 as well, technically. I think both
Yeah, it
of
probably
them
goes in.
count. Yeah, so that's
You know
that's
what
what's
was a good
currently there.
attraction that they should never
What?
got rid of there? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
Oh my! You don't remember that?
No, I don't.
It was. They had a live show of it, and it was in Hollywood Studios. It was around where Midway Mania is.
Okay.
And you would walk in, it was set up like the show was, and then they would do like giveaways for Disney Cruise, giveaway for other vacation things, and they'd pick somebody from the audience, put them up there, and it'd be all questions, you know, kind of related to Disney, I think. But it was just fun to go, and you know, if they ask for help for the audience, you would actually input the answer on your pad, and then like it would say what people voted for and stuff.
Oh, it was over there. Oh, I thought that was like before the American Idol experience, which was before.
It may have been there. I don't know. I
Okay.
thought it was over there. I mean, I was a kid.
Because I
Um,
I remember one of those sound stages, the one that currently has One Man's Dream, was like I remember it being set up for Narnia, Prince Caspian or whatever,
Yeah,
like an
yeah.
exhibit for that. But all right, so those are the Hollywood Studios ones. You got 3 out of 3 on that. But do you know Epcot? That's the question. So easy question. I almost gave the answer away when I was talking about it. Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind is the first attraction to implement what sort of ride system for the Disney parks?
Sorry, can you repeat that? I was reading it. I was reading this thing that said that, yeah, it is where Midway Mania is.
Oh, really? Okay, well, yeah, I don't remember it then. No,
I think it closed in like 05, actually. So you would probably have been too young.
I would have been 5. So yeah.
Yeah.
So Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind is the first attraction to implement what sort of ride system for the Disney parks?
I mean, the specific name of it, it's like
Yeah.
I don't know. Isn't it like it's like a spinning roller coaster. Like I don't know what its official called though.
Think about the ride system that's in dark ride attractions, what they would call that. And
Oh,
then
like a trackless? No,
Not
like
quite. Think about what's Haunted Mansion.
like a dune buggy.
I'll it's an Omni coaster.
Oh, right.
Omni
right.
mover plus roller
Omni
coaster.
Yes, I've
Yep.
seen them talk about that for
Yes.
Guardians. Yeah.
Omni coaster. That's the one. Okay, so on opening day of Epcot, how many countries were represented in the World Showcase? I've said this one actually during.
9?
Yeah, it's 9. Yeah, that should have been easy, I guess. We
Yeah.
should have swapped those around. The hard one, since you're such a big fan of the original test track. This is based off of the original test track. All right. So in the pre-show for the original test track, what 3 numbered environmental tests are selected for guests to experience?
Oh, I actually have the pre-show pulled up here.
Oh my
I was just watching it for the John Michael Higgins thing. What 3 environmental ones?
Yep. What are the numbers for them?
Oh, the numbers? Oh, I have
Yep.
no idea.
Do you want to take a guess? It ranges. Each of them is on a range from 0 to 9.
I would not be able to get that. I'm scrubbing through the video now, and I can't even find it that easily.
It's 2, 5, and 7.
And 7. Okay,
And
there it is.
you might remember the other person opposite John Michael Higgins would say 7, really?
Yeah.
Because it was the extreme cold one, I believe. I believe that was the one. It was like extreme cold.
Got it right here.
Yep, there.
That we're gonna 5 and 7.
7?
Yeah, 7.
Okay.
There you go.
Yep, there it is. So that's what you got there. I mean, you didn't work in Epcot, so I guess that.
I didn't work in studios either, but I did better there.
Yeah, but there you go. You did all right overall for everything. I think in total you got 6 out of 9.
Yeah, I completely flunked the. Did I get all of Epcot wrong?
No,
get one
you
right.
got
Oh, I got
how
the
many were-
countries right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So technically, a 6 out of 9 is still a passing grade. So there you go. You passed.
I feel great about it.
Some of them were tough. I mean, some of them I had to look up. So there you go.
All right.
But that's.
But yeah,
that's
we'll
my
add some
Disney
more
trip.
trivia in throughout the time, throughout the show at other times. Anything else about your trip?
No, not really. I mean, I did get to go on the monorail one time, because I was searching for the chocolate malt balls that I've raved about. You know,
Yeah.
not sold at any of the monorail resorts. Looked at
Really?
every single one of them, because we ate it at Polynesian. I was like, oh, I need to get some of those because they're my favorite, right? Went to the Polynesian gift shop, nothing. Took the monorail to Grand Floridian, quick hopped off, checked, nothing. Got back on
Did
the
you
monorail.
check in each store? What stores did you go to?
Every
in
single
Poly?
store, every store on there. The Moana, Mercantile, and
Yeah, so you went downstairs and upstairs. and all
yep,
that?
downstairs and
Okay.
upstairs. Wasn't there.
Oh, how about did you go to Captain Cook or whatever, the quick service?
No, I didn't. Oh man, what if it was there? No. Either way, I
Could
did
have been.
not.
I don't know. I mean, like
I-
sometimes they have like those snacks over there.
You know what? I'd prefer not to know. I think at this point, since I'd prefer
Since you
not
didn't
to
get
know.
it.
Yeah, but that just means next time I'll have to get it. You know,
Yeah.
when at going to Disneyland in December, so maybe they'll have them there. I can hope. I can dream.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, that's all I have. That's it.
Alrighty. Well, I don't have much to add. I have not been in a little bit now. I went in February. So don't have too much to add at this point. Looking to go sometime next year so I can ride Cosmic Rewind and
Maybe in March, right? That's the
Oh yeah. Probably March because my friends get married and I'll be going down to see the wedding. So he still lives down there. So might make it a little trip there. I don't know. Like make it a week trip or something. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so if you want to give us a follow on Twitter at BT Disney Podcast, Facebook.com/Behind the Dreams Podcast, Instagram at Behind the Dreams Podcast, YouTube is called Behind the Dreams Podcast, or email us behindthedreamspodcast@gmail.com. And thank you all for watching or listening, and we will catch you next time.